Hi all, welcome back. In today's tutorial, guys, you'll be learning how to cut this beautiful busty gown that has this stylish yoke. This beautiful stylish yoke. If you're interested in this, just keep watching. All right. Now guys, I've gone ahead to fold my fabric into two. I'll be cutting the down part of this gown first. Now this starting point, the place I'm marking is going to be where I'll be starting my measurement. I'm going to be removing 16 inches and I'm going to go ahead and place it on that starting point like this to get the full length of this gown. I have 41 inches for the full length. Adding 2 inches hemming allowance is going to be 43, sorry. So I'll be going ahead to mark the length 43 like this. Now after marking it, I'm going to place my tape like this to get 9 inches for my hip line. I'll mark it. Then after getting my hip line, I'm going to be putting down my measurement. I'll be dividing my measurement by 4, like the waist divide by 4 plus 2 inches seam allowance. I will mark hip divide by 4 plus 2 inches seam allowance. I'm going to mark it there. So now I shifted my fabric a little because I wouldn't want to waste the fabric. So I'll start afresh to put down the measurement. Waist divide by 4 plus 2 inches seam allowance. Hip divide by 4 plus 2 inches seam allowance. I'm going to mark it here. Now I'll just connect from the waist down to the hip. So whatever I have on the hip, I'm going to bring it down to the full length of this gown. Now after that, the next thing for me to do is to cut out. So I'm going to be using the front to cut out the back, putting 1.5 zipper allowance. Now I've gone ahead to cut one of the back. The back is going to be having opening, like slitting into two. Now I'll be using that one to cut out the remaining one. So I am done with the down part of this gown. We'll be going ahead to start cutting the upper part, which is the half length. So I'll just trim out. So after cutting it out, this is what I have. And here is the front, looking beautiful like this. So I am done with this. I'm going to be cutting out we'll be drafting the upper part, because this is what we are going to be doing. It will be drafting. So now I'll be placing my tape on the shoulder line to mark the shoulder to bust, shoulder to under bust, and shoulder to waist, plus 2 inches seam allowance is going to be 18 inches. So after connecting all the lines, I'm going to go ahead and rule it out. Let me repeat it again. I mark shoulder to bust, shoulder to under bust, and shoulder to waist, adding 2 inches seam allowance. So I'll just use my ruler to connect all the lines. Now after that, the next thing for me to do is to divide my shoulder by 2. I'll mark 8. Now I'm going to get my neck width 3.5, and I'll mark. Now the neck depth is going to be 2.5 inches. If you want your neck to come down, you are going to be using more than 2.5 inches. So I'm going to be connecting it like this. I went up with 2 inches to get my chest line. From the bust point, I went up with 2 inches to get my chest line, and I'll connect it like this. So now I'm going to connect my armhole area. The shoulder slant I came down with is of no use, but I just mark it to avoid confusion. Now I'm going to be inputting my nipple to nipple measurement divide by 2 4. I'll mark it from the chest line down to the half length. Your bust span, your nipple to nipple divide by 2, sorry. If your nipple to nipple is 8, you divide it by 2, it's going to be 4 inches. You mark. Now label my chest line, bust point, under bust, waist and the half length. So on the under bust, I'm going to be adding marking 1 inch, that is 2 inches on the. I'll be marking 1 inch on the both side, making 2 inches. If you're plus size, you mark 1.5 on the both sides, making 3 inches. But this one that I'm marking right now is 2 inches, putting 1 inch on the both side. So I'm going to take it down from the under bust down to the half length. Now on the bust point, I'm going to use my French curve to connect it like this, to curve it out. I said I mark 2 inches on the bust under bust area. I mark 1 inch on this side and mark 1 inch on the other side. I take it down from the under bust down to the half length. Now from the chest line, I went up with 1.5 inches. The reason is that I wouldn't want this cleavage to show too much. If you watch the picture that we are recreating, we have it's the cleavage is exposed. Now on that place I went up with 1.5 inches. I later deducted one inch on the both side. The reason for this is for the bust or chest tightening. Okay, I deducted 1 inch on the both side, and I'm going to connect it to the bust point. So I went up with 1.5 inches on the from the chest line. Then I deducted 1 inch on the both side, connecting it directly to the bust point. Okay, so if you want your cleavage to show, you can go up with half an inch or 1 inch. All right, but I wouldn't want my cleavage to show. That is why I went up with 1.5 inches. It's still okay. All right, now the next thing I'm going to do right now is to connect from that 1 inch on the chest line. I'll just mark it out like so, connecting it straight to the center area, then bring it back to the chest line like this. So after making use of my pen, I'll use my marker to outline it. Now after marking that, I'll turn my paper like this. You know, I folded this paper into two. I will connect my my neck width 3.5 inches by 2.5 inches. I'm marking my neckline on the other side of this paper. Then I'm going to go ahead and connect it like so. I'll still mark my chest line. It's of no use. The chest line is of no use. I'm just marking it, okay, for us to understand it very well. So guys, if you love what we do here, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and always drop your comment if you have any question here. I'll be uploading the sewing part of this tutorial, and on that sewing part, I'll be showing us how to cut the back, because I wouldn't want this tutorial to be too long. Okay, if you haven't followed us on our Facebook page, please kindly follow us at Cut and Sew with Mercy, and on our YouTube channel at Cut and Sew with Mercy. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut out like this. I'm cutting the yoke, the upper part. I'll be stopping at this armhole area, so I'll cut it out like this and keep the paper aside. That is the yoke. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is to input my measurements. On that chest line, I'm going to be putting my bust divide by 4. I am going to mark it there. Then I'll be adding back that 2 inches I remove on this chest line the 1 inch I deducted, I will be bringing it back, then add my 2 inches seam allowance. So I'll connect from chest line down to the bust point. Whatever I have on the chest area, I'll bring it back down to the bust point. I'll mark it like this. Now on the under bust, I'll put my under bust measurement divided by 4 plus the 2 inches I deducted on the under bust. I'll put it back, then add my seam allowance. Same things goes to the waist measurement. I'll put my waist measurement, bringing back the 2 inches on the dart leg, putting my seam allowance. So whatever I have on the waist, I'll take it down to the 2 inches seam allowance I added on the down part. So I'm going to connect all the lines. This is off shoulder bustier, okay, and this bustier does not have a princess dart bustier. This is just a normal bustier. Every other person knows how to do this. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. So I'll just draft out my armhole like this. On the armhole area, I'll draft my armhole, mark it out, and cut it out. So I'll cut the dart leg. I'll cut the chest line. Then I'll cut the center part. So now this is ready, but not that ready. I'll still come back to work on the center part. Now this is our yoke. I'll be going ahead, that is where this style comes out from, our stylish yoke. So I'm just trimming out the armhole part. I'm just cutting the armhole area. Now after cutting it, I'm going to open it up like this to get our center point. You see our midpoint there. Now you can see the place I mark at the back of this paper, that it's now open. If you like, you can connect your neckline to be C, okay, but I wouldn't want mine to be like that. Now I'm going to connect straight the shoulder part that I have. I'll connect it to the down part of this yoke like this. Now I'm going to be dividing this shoulder on the down part. I'll be getting the midpoint of the shoulder. That shoulder that has sleeve, that will be having a sleeve, is like Queen Anne neckline. So I divide the down part, and I'll be connecting it slightly to get to this neck area. So on this midpoint of this shoulder, I'll be connecting it to the neck width. Now on this other side that does not have a shoulder, I came down with 5 inches. I marked it with my red marker like this, okay. So I'll be connecting that 5 inches, marking it straight to the neck area. All right, this shoulder, the right shoulder has a sleeve, while the left shoulder does not have a sleeve. That is what I'm making. Now I'm going to go ahead and connect this slightly to the neck line of the place that is with shoulder. All right, because this looks exactly like one shoulder gown. So this is how I connected it. So from the down part of this place that I'm marking right now, I'm going to connect it to the one shoulder area. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Now if you can blend that particular part, you can blend this part here. Now you can blend it. If you don't want it to be sharp or have a pointy look, you can blend it like this, but I want mine to have this pointy look, okay. So on this side that will be cutting out the shoulder, I came down with 5 inches. Now on this side that has a shoulder, I divide the shoulder area on the down part by 2 and get the midpoint and connect it slanted to the depth of the neckline. All right, now after connecting it, I curve it out slightly to meet to the other shoulder that does not have or shoulder, like this particular place I'm cutting right now. So if you are confused on this, just kindly watch it again, you will understand. Okay, it's just very simple. So now our stylish yoke is out. This is it. Now coming to the center point of this busty, you know it has a sweet line neckline, so I wouldn't want my sleeve sweetheart to go down too much or to be exposed much. I'll just come down with 1 inch and connect it like this. I'm just trying to get my sweet neck, so I'm just connecting it. With your free hand you can do this. You can even use your French curve to curve it out like this. So I have about 1.3 inches there. You can go as deep as you want your neck, your sweetheart, to be, but I wouldn't want mine to be that too deep. All right, I'll still go ahead and just touch it a little. Now this is what we have here. You can see how beautiful it's looking. Thank you guys for watching, and see you on the sewing tutorial of this gown. All right, thank you. Please, if you like what we do here, don't forget to share and don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and always comment if you have any question. Bye for now.